As ex-professionals, how do you deal with when we have this sort of funk? You know, Maguire's going to wake up on Thursday morning. He's on the back page of every newspaper. He's going to see it. He's going to see people talking about it on the radio, the TV. How do you psychologically get yourself over that and get yourself in the focus then for the game at the weekend?
Well, what you have to do is get back to basics. You have to play safe. You have to try and play smart. You have to try and pick up good positions. And that's the only way you do it. It's absolutely 100%. You go back to basics. You don't make mistakes, and you basically play your way back into form. And that's what players have been doing since the game started. Everybody goes through a bad spell. Now, yes, he's having a horrendous spell. But the only way out it is to get back to basics. Keep it simple. Don't be clever. You know, if you need to drop 5 yards, then you do it. You don't gamble, just back to basics. That is the only way back, not just for him, but any player whose form is on the downward spiral.
Frank, do you agree with Stevie?
Yes, it's what you have to do. You have to use your experience to get back into the game, you know, the more securely possible. You know, the thing is, you play long ball if you have to play long balls, because like that you don't take any risk. You don't play like they do, like they normally do, like we call suicide passes, you know, when they play in their own 16-yard box. You don't do that. You don't do that for like 1, 2, 3 games. Like that, nobody's going to hammer you if you throw a long ball and there is no risk. Defensively, you have to use your experience to not getting into troubles, not being in the middle of the park, you know, in the middle of the issues. That has to be with the experience. He has enough experience to do so, but it's true. Getting into the basics, playing simple, just doing things that you are sure of is going to be enough.
Dan, I have to say that Gareth Southgate didn't do him any favours by playing him wide of a 3. He has to play down the middle. Usually when you play a 3 at the back, the 2 wide guys have to be able to get around the field. And that's not Harry Maguire's forte. We know that on the turn he can be slow. So Gareth Southgate didn't do him any favours by playing him in a wide position of the 3 either.
In the end, it was a penalty that separated the two sides away from Maguire. Stevie, was it a penalty for you?
Yeah, it's a penalty kick, guy. Yeah, initially I thought maybe Delaney pushed Walker, but he didn't. Listen, Walker gets put off because clearly he gets a shout from Pickford in goal, who ends up neither staying nor coming. He ends up in no man's land, and it makes Walker hesitate. And as soon as Walker realises that Pickford's not there, he tries to clear it, but Delaney has got in just ahead of him, and he kicks Delaney. So it's a penalty all day long. And again, it's a player that was under pressure coming into this game in Pickford because of, you know, the mistakes he'd been making at Everton. And you can understand Southgate playing him because he hasn't made mistakes for England. And so Southgate's never going to drop him with that situation. However, now, after today, there may be a different answer to that question.
And overall, Stevie, England with a lot of work to do before the Euros next summer.
They have to, but like many other teams, you know, I saw France playing, we saw Germany struggling, Spain as well. I mean, I don't see anybody ready if the Euro was tomorrow. That's a problem. We saw issues everywhere. France was able to play 45 minutes. England didn't play at all. We saw Spain playing 30 minutes. I mean, that's crazy. But teams are struggling like we see with clubs. That's the main thing, same thing. And it's like the pandemic and the restart has been an issue for everybody.
Overall, England with a lot of work to do before next summer, Stevie.
Yeah, but I have to agree with Frank. Everybody looks as though they've got the problems. Listen, after beating Belgium, supposedly the #1 team on the planet, then things actually look not too bad. And in the space of 90 minutes, they seem to have gone a little pear-shaped. Now, I would suggest that it would have been a bigger tragedy had it been 11v11 and they get beat 3-0 at home and completely outplayed. The fact of the matter is, after Maguire gets sent off, then it completely changes the whole dimension of the game. So, yes, they're not at their best. Yes, they got problems like everybody else. But when you go down to 10 men and then give a goal away or a penalty away 2 minutes later, it takes a side in form and an incredible spirit to get back into it. So, yes, problems, but they're not that far from everybody else.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.